Hey everybody, and welcome to Homestead Happenings. A little bit more happy happenings going on in this one. If you guys didn't see the last one, I'll leave a link up there. It hasn't really been a fun time around here for us, but we cannot let that slow us down. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep moving forward. Check it out, guys. The platform's uncovered. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And you see what's on the ground? I got some beams over there. You know what that means, don't you? I got back on the sawmill. We pulled the covers off it. I got back on it last week and did some work. And there'll be a video out about that coming up pretty soon. You should see that soon. Chickens. Hey chickens. What are you guys doing? Huh? Are you laying us eggs? Not really. Guys, you see all the feathers? They've been molting. And when they're molting, the egg production goes way down. But I was on the sawmill, and to work on the sawmill, I need logs. I need lumber. And my big lumber pile. So you can see I had to come in and clip all of this down. It was all overgrown. And I was able to pull a few logs out. But if you look right up there, and I'll zoom in, that top log is all rotted away and is crunched, but it actually got crunched just from me standing on it. So all those top logs, because this pile has been down for 3 years, they're all rotted. They're all rotted away. Now, I'm sure in the middle there are more logs that I can use and that are still good enough for use on the sawmill, but it's getting to them. My little Henry Ferguson tractor, while it does what it can, it's not powerful enough to even pull these rotted ones down off to get at the better ones. So I'm gonna have to figure something out, and even if I can get those logs off, what do I do with them? And I have to push them into the gully or something like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I didn't get to those logs in time, guys, and unfortunately they're not going to get cut up as quickly as I'd like, and that's a shame. You see this stuff? See this stuff right here? This growing up right here, that's a mimosa tree, and it blooms a beautiful pink flower. And we have one way down there by the sawmill that's full grown, that was out here when we cleared this whole area. And Missy loved it because it had these beautiful pink blooms on it. Well, we found out it's mimosa, and mimosa is an invasive species, so it literally is sprouting up all over the place here, and I'm gonna have to get rid of it, or my entire homestead is gonna be a jungle like that. So I'm gonna let it kind of die back for the winter, and then I'm gonna get in there and trim it. I hate to spray Roundup or anything like that here on the homestead, but I can't have this stuff growing. So I'm gonna try and find some other means of keeping it from sprouting back up. I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys, but in that upcoming video where I was on the sawmill, we actually dropped a tree. I'll show you. Right in there. I dropped one of those trees because I couldn't get a good log out of that pile for what I wanted to do. But this whole section right here, guys, this is all getting pushed back probably 50 feet. All of those trees are going to come out of there all the way. I've got a small grove of oak trees right here, all the way to there. And we're going to open that all up. And that is where we're going to start pigs. Pigs next spring. We're determined to have pigs next spring. We're determined to have bees next spring. So this winter, when the sap has all run down out of those trees, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to push it all back, clear it out, drag the good lumber out, get that up to the mill, get it sawed up into the dimensions that I want, and then actually get it under cover where it will be fine until I use it for the house build. Because this house build, 2 weeks, guys, 2 weeks, we start framing and we start drying in the house. And I am, hold on, let me put you guys down. Hang on one second. Oh, there we go. My arm was getting tired. The house build. So I'm buying my framing material and my ceiling joists and all my sheathing and roof sheathing from the lumber mill. From the local lumber yard. We wanted to do everything off of the sawmill. That's why we bought the sawmill. But it just didn't work out that way. And I think that's probably our biggest lesson here and becoming homesteaders, is that everything happens when it wants to happen. And it happens the way it wants it to happen, if that makes any sense. So I just don't have the time to mill that much lumber. Now, I put the order in today. We're talking 300 2x4x8s and 80 2x6x14s. So that's 2 months worth of lumber, of milling, if not more, to get all that lumber. And I just don't have the time. And I need all of that material, all that framing material, roof rafter material, the sheathing, the roof sheathing, and my wrap and everything. I need that all here at the same time, because, hang on, guys. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I thought the camera turned off. The reason why I need that like that is, see, our deck here, this all is made from the sawmill. And these are 1-bys that I milled up on the sawmill. Now, we've taken our tarp off it because condensation builds up, and we need it to be nice and dry, and it's forecasted dry all the next 2 weeks until the build. But we have the tarp folded up so Missy can throw it on if a rainstorm comes in. But once I start putting up walls, like the back wall or even side walls, if we get a rainstorm, it's going to be very difficult to keep this dry. Getting a tarp in there, it's not going to be easy. So we opted to go this route because we will be able to have all the material here at the same time. I'm taking 2 weeks off from my homestead job. and we're going to try and get this entire project done in 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks. It's very, very ambitious. This is, I don't know if you would consider it a tiny house. I consider it a tiny house. It's only 26 feet wide by 36 feet long. It's still under 1,000 square feet. I mean, it's a small house. Not large by any means. And once you put up walls and bathrooms and closets, it's going to get even smaller. So, and Missy wants a walk-in pantry, which I'm perfectly happy giving her, but that takes up a lot of space. So stick around to see how that goes. So I need all of my lumber here at one time so that we can get this project done. It's a very ambitious project. Luckily for us, we have quite a few people who have said to us that they are more than willing to come and help. We have at least 3 people who have confirmed to come here and help for a majority of the project, if not the entire project. But I'm going to reach out to a few other people in our area that said they were interested in coming over and helping, and see if they're still interested. I don't expect anybody to come here for 2 weeks and help me build, but if somebody had the opportunity to come and help out, and you know, even if you're just helping carry 2x4s, every little bit of help is going to be appreciated. And if that's just for a day, I'll take it. I'll be happy with it, because I'm getting close to 60 years old, guys, and Missy's younger than me, but we're both on the cusp of being elderly, and or certainly pretty close to Social Security. And this is an ambitious project for us to take on, and we're very thankful for all the help that has already reached out to us and committed to come and stay and get the job done. So stick around, stay tuned. That's going to start filming in 2 weeks, guys. It's not going to take long at all, but take a look at that. Look at those beautiful, beautiful beams. Look at those beauties. I'm telling you, I worked very hard to get these beams. These are true 6x6 rough cut southern yellow pine beams. Right now they're 16 feet long, but they will get cut down to, if my figuring is right, they'll get cut down to 14, 4.5. And they are going to be the center point of our house here. Those are going to straddle the middle of the main living section, and they're going to hold up my ridge rafter up in the air, because we are not doing trusses. We're just doing a ridge rafter and roof rafters, and we're going to have a words are hard. Words are very hard. We're going to have a cathedral ceiling in the main part of the house with an open floor plan, so there's no load-bearing wall cutting through the middle. So these 4 beams will hold the ridge rafter up. That is the plan for the house. We'll see how that all goes. It should go fine. I've seen plenty of houses in New England built in this fashion, so I know that it will work. Yeah, we'll see, guys. Oh, our platform. Let me tell you about our platform here. So We built this in the early spring of this year, and when we built it, it was 100% square. I think I was less than 1/8 of an inch off corner to corner, but we had covered it with a blue tarp, but that thing was a piece of junk. It started disintegrating like within a couple of months. And we got the 6 mil greenhouse plastic and put that over it, and that kept the water out, but it caused a great deal of condensation. A little bit more condensation than I necessarily thought that we would have. So when I peeled the tarps off, I was very concerned that this might have warped or buckled or swayed in some fashion, because none of it is kiln dried. It is all rough cut lumber off of the sawmill. And I'm happy to tell you guys, 100% square, flat, and level still. We measured it all out. I'll show you right here. You can see we started to do our layout. Here's where one of our beams is going to be. Here's where one of our cross walls is going to be, and our outside wall right here. You can see the line. Very, very happy about that. We laid it all out. We measured it all out. Everything is coming out perfect. Perfect all the way through, level and square. I can't even tell you guys how happy I am that this didn't twist or buckle, because I don't know what I would have done if, say, that end would have been twisted or lifted up or something like that. So this is going to sit out in the sun and dry off as best we can, so it is ready to start laying walls up against it and getting this house build done. Super happy about that. But that is what's going on with the house build and the sawmill. Missy, super busy in the garden. The garden is coming to an end, guys. It is. She cut all her tomatoes down, and the beans that we still have up, she's just leaving so that they can go to seed, and we'll have seed for next year. The peppers are pretty much done. They don't like these cold nights, and but she has tender greens and frost hardy plants in there. She's got some kale, some Swiss chard. She's got some lettuces in there. And if you saw, we got her raised beds all filled up at the front of the property. And she's got radishes and mustard greens and lettuces all growing in there. I think she's got some cabbage in the greenhouse. So we've got a lot going on in the garden still this time of year. I mean, the garden cleanup is coming up, but we're still growing stuff. And we just laid out some ground fabric over our far 3 rows. You'll see that pretty soon. And we laid that out to kill all the weeds that were in that row, because those rows were not being used. And to, sorry guys, there's a stink bug. Kill back all the weeds. And in 2 of those rows, we planted turnip as a ground cover. And we did that specifically to use this method of killing it back with a cover cloth, so that all that turnip, that root crop, will rot in the soil and will give us a lot of nutrient-rich organic matter in those rows. So we did that today. We laid the ground fabric out, stapled it down, and we'll leave that out for a week, and it should kill everything off. And then we'll come in and we'll put wood chips from our wood chip pile on it, and those 3 rows are going to be our garlic for next year. It's almost time to plant garlic, and when we do that, we will definitely bring you guys along for that. So that's some of the stuff we got going on here on the homestead. Last week or so, it's been crazy, guys. It's been pretty bad. So you'll have to go back and check out our last homestead happenings to get the full story on what's been happening here on the homestead. It's not good news. So, but we're moving forward and we're trying to get things done. And we're looking forward to this house build, and we hope that you guys will tune in and come and experience this tiny house build yourself. Until then, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.